All right, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Person Branding. Okay, looking at my monitor, and there it says this headlines from BBC News. Shantanu Deshpande, that is the Bombay Shaving CEO, has been criticized for 18 hours workday advice. Okay, this is from BBC World. So what does it say here is Shantanu Deshpande got flack for his advice to young workers. Now what did he say here? An Indian CEO is being criticized after he suggested that new recruits at any job work 18 hours a day for the first 4 to 5 years of their career. Okay, I don't know what did he say so wrong there. In fact, if he had said even work 24 hours a day and sleep in the same place, and that should be your life for the next 4 to 5 years, I think I would be, oh, good. At least somebody is talking sense. And in fact, I'm sure many of the internet users would say, what about your daughter? Would you let your daughter? Yes, of course. I want my daughter to learn the realities of life. I'll be more than happy if she is working instead of being on the internet, watching social media, being on TikTok, meeting her bum friends, that is if and when she has any, or gossiping with other people, watching movies. I would rather have her work like a dog and slog it out. Why? Because what she does will form the building blocks towards her future. Okay? And even if, let me be very clear, even if the person says, you will work for free, I would say, congratulations. Please go and work for free because you are learning something new. You're learning these new skills. Now you will say, hey, what about you? Would you work for free? Well, I'll answer that question. Also, I'll give you the actual story, not fake story, actual story from my life where I did work for free, and I'll tell you how long and how many months and how many years. Okay. So Shantanu Deshpande, founder of Bombay Shaving Company, asked young workers to worship work. Yes, thank you. Good, I agree with you. You should worship work because my mentor, Gabriel D'Souza, he used to say, work is worship. The work that you do is worship. It's like God. Why? Because it feeds you, it feeds your family, it takes care of your future, it gives you security. And avoid rona-dhona, that is cribbing, in an online post. Mr. Shantanu, if you're watching this, thank you so much for putting some common sense into, especially the Indian generation. Indian, the Indian generation, that they have so much time to watch TikTok and YouTube and do all sorts of bullshit. I want to go to Canada, I want to go to US and earn in dollars, 10 times, 20 times more salary. At least you put some common sense. Okay. So angry reactions on social media said he was promoting a toxic work culture. Oh, very toxic. Baba, what you do is, instead of working, just work 1 hour. Why don't you work 1 hour and go home, sit at home, be with mommy, daddy, play with your friends, play cricket, go watch a couple of movies like Shah Rukh Khan's new movies coming out, and Hrithik Roshan and Amir Khan. Watch those movies. That is so damn good, yeah. That will help contribute towards your future. In fact, let me ask you, Indians who feel very hurt and upset, to get good marks in the exam, how many hours do you study? 1 hour a day? Do you study 1 hour a week? Or do you study more than that? You don't have to answer. I'll give you the answer. Indians who are respected for their grades, which are considered some of the best in the world, they literally study not even 16 hours or 18 hours a day. They study 24/7. When I was in Mangalore, that is, I tried to do some college, but I didn't do any. I was busy roaming around. I used to pass by, there was this Hilltop College hostel that was there. It was like a hotel converted to a hostel. Used to climb up the hill. That's why it was called Hilltop. Whether you go 4 o'clock in the morning, whether you go up 5 o'clock or you're coming down, morning, afternoon, evening, any time of the day, even midnight, there will be these girls sitting in the balcony and they'll be studying and murmuring. And we used to make fun of them. Hey, what are you doing? And all that. But they would continue studying. And they would do this for the next 4 to 5 years. Why? Because they wanted to get admission into a medical college. And after that, they wanted to get high grades. And from there, hopefully, migrate to Canada, USA, or UK. And the majority of them, or all of them, they're rank holders. All of them were at the top of their class. Why? Because their parents paid a lot of money to help them get there. And that is how they build their career. So for studies in India, to study and get good marks, they literally have to study 16 to 18 hours a day. Okay, sometimes 24. And to pass the exam, some of them take extra classes. That means they go to school or they go to college. And then after that, they go for extra classes. In some cases, I've even known, first they go for extra classes, then they go for studies, then they go for, again, extra classes. They only come home to sleep. Now, you might say, oh, what a life that is. That is so toxic. Well, that is why Indians are so sought after all over the world for their commitment, their obsession towards excellence and greatness. The Japanese do the same. The Chinese do the same. The Indians are doing the same. But we have this new internet culture that has come. Balanced life. Balance. So I'm not saying don't. Have a balanced life, but then earn a balanced income. Live a balanced life, but then learn and understand that you can't aim or achieve greatness. If, for example, me, if I was a CEO of a company and there is Mr. A and Mr. B, Mr. A wants to work only 8 hours and go home because he wants a balanced life. Mr. B wants to work 8 hours plus another few more hours because he wants to learn the job. I'll take Mr. B. And for those of you who say, oh, but you must pay the extras, then go find someone who will value your work per hour. There are quite a number of people who are willing to work for free. Now, let me give you my example, since I'm pretty sure you'll say, what about you? When I was in Dublin, Ireland, that was my first marriage, Donna Byrne, and I moved to Clondalkin, okay, in Ireland. You can Google search if you think that's a made-up story. Clondalkin is like a village. There was only one shopping mall that time in my 20s. So you're talking 25 years ago. So I wanted a job and there was a theater like cinema hall. And over there, they used to take students. So I went and joined there. So the only job I was given, even though I, studied in UAE and I had, whatever experience, sales, marketing, they gave me the job, and the job was to be a toilet cleaner. They don't call it toilet cleaner. They call it domestic engineer. Okay. And it's not like sewage and shit flying all over. And no, it was just clean toilets. The toilets are very, very clean. Thankfully, those people know how to use toilets. They were very clean toilets. We just had to make sure that it was clean, like, spick and spam, and like literally it was a great place where you could even sit there or live there. It was that clean. Okay. However, they had appointed us to make sure everything was functioning perfectly, and every hour we had to go and put our name. If suppose I went, I checked that place, I had to just put my name and sign and put the time. Okay. But because there were other students were there and they didn't take the work too seriously, they would check every once in 3 hours. And the management was pretty happy because there's hardly any work. Me, however, I was ambitious. I didn't want to be a toilet cleaner or domestic engineer for the rest of my life. I was very ambitious. So what I would do, where other people would check the toilets once in every 2 hours, I used to check every 10 to 15 minutes. And I have to literally put my name every time I check. And after I'd finished that, they would sit and talk. The others would sit and talk with their friends because there was hardly any work. Few people used to come for the movies. Only when people would come for the movies, it was busy. I would go check, there is no work. Then I would go to some other department and I would check, is there any work? And I would offer my services for free. Sometimes I would even go to the supervisor or the manager of mine and ask him, sir, can you give me some extra work? And if he would give me work and finally if everything was done, he would say, there's no work. I would go to the manager, his manager, and say, sir, can you allocate me somewhere where I can do some work? He used to look at me pretty surprised. Okay, you can go to the kitchen and do some cleaning there. Okay, you can sweep this, you can keep the boxes here, you can help in the loading, offloading. Sometimes he used to even tell, okay, why don't you go to the call center? Why, receiving calls, make online bookings. So he would literally put me in every place, and he found me very odd because I was always asking for work. And guess what? The 8 hours that we are supposed to work there, out of which we are only allowed to work 7 hours. There is a 1 hour mandatory break. You're not allowed to work during the break. And the work is divided into the break. 15 minutes, first you'll take a break. Then after 3 hours, then you'll take a 45-minute break. I would only take a break for 5 minutes and go back to work. And sometimes I would not even take the second break, even though they used to tell me, go and take a break. And guess what? We were supposed to work 5 days a week, only 7 hours. That was our job, and we were paid money for it. I would work, I would work 8 hours, my 7 hours, whatever, and then I would work an extra 8 hours for free. I would work 8 hours, and I would tell them, sir, I want to work. He's saying, but I'm not going to pay you. I don't care, sir. You don't have to pay me. Then why do you want to work? So I want to learn. I want to learn the job. I want to learn accounts. I want to learn engineering. I want to learn marketing. I want to learn the call center. I want to learn how they serve people. The manager looked at me as, you're pretty odd. But I would work. And where other people would work 5 days a week, I would work 7 days a week. Just imagine that. 7 days. 8 hours extra for free, 2 days extra for free, 16 hours. I was doing nothing but working left, right, and center. You know why? Because the only other thing to do was sit at home and play games with that time I think there was a Sony PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 or 2 or whatever, or watch movies. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to work, and I worked. And guess what? In less than 3 months, I think I got my first promotion or something. And they even offered me to pay some compensatory extra little money. Well, they offered, fine. Even if they didn't offer, I would continue to work. And I carried the same work ethic and principle throughout my life. And that is why I am where I am today. Not my education, not my qualification, not my degree, not anything else. People say, Law, you know how to talk, you have contacts, vasta. It's because I busted my balls. I was slogging my ass. I was working harder than anyone. You know, one of my mantras that I have is, I will never let anyone outwork me. You know, when I was to go for the interview, I would say, sir, I'm not smarter than him. I'm not, the interviewer would say, you don't have the qualifications that these guys have. You don't have the credentials these guys have. You don't have the background that these guys have. You don't have the experience. Then why should I take you? I would openly tell them, sir, I will challenge you one thing. I don't have the work experience. I don't have the qualification. I don't have anything, whatever you have asked. But the challenge I'll give is nobody will outwork me. Nobody will work harder than me. I will make sure I not only work so hard, I learn so much that in 1 year's time, I will cross all these people, whether it's performance, whether it's output, whether it's results. And I stuck to my word. That is why I'm where I am. Even in Toastmasters, where people used to prepare a speech, if there was a speech contest, let's say on Friday, they would prepare 2-3 days in advance. Some people would even prepare a few hours in advance. But me, if I knew the speech was, let's say a speech contest was in December, I would start preparing 1 year in advance. I would find out when is the next speech contest next year. Okay, I'll start preparing now. Where other people would work 1 hour, I would work towards my speech every single day for 12 hours. Where, when, how, I don't care. I'll sleep less, I'll eat less. I would do anything and everything to succeed. That is why I'm where I am. I'm not the best public speaker. I'm not the smartest guy on the internet. I'm not whatever, but I would work my ass. In fact, let me tell you, today's schedule, okay? I slept at 5 in the morning because I had 2 clients. I slept, woke up because there was noise. Okay, I get up whenever my body wakes me up. And I was about to do work when immediately I got 3 business inquiries. I was supposed to go for my run. I said, nothing doing. You know, where money is concerned, first thing is, 2 people wanted, freebies and freeloaders and all that. I said, I don't care. Third guy said, okay, I'm willing to pay you. We negotiated a deal. We agreed. I'll make another video on what I spoke to him. And because he gave me the full amount, first he asked for a discounted amount. Instead of 1 hour, I gave him 3 hours of value. And he was so happy that he decided to book another session with me. Okay, fine. After I finished that, then I was supposed to start my work when I remembered my landlord's son, he is dead, he just died, which I'll be making a video next. So I told my wife, let's go and pay respects to him. Went there. When I came back, obviously my sugar was a little down, and because I'd not eaten anything, I said, fine, I'll have something. But then it started to rain, so I couldn't do my video. So my wife said, what do you do now? Okay, I said, I'll eat something, but then I will do my work today. Even though I've crossed my targets, I've already had 2 clients yesterday. I had 1 client today. I had another client who has already paid me. I finished my targets. I said, I don't care. I will still do my work. And why am I making the video now? Because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I know now again what you'll say. No, you're working for yourself. No, you're working for yourself. If you're working for yourself, you'll do. No, shut up. Whether I was working for anybody else, when I was working for my boss, I used to slog my ass out. When I was working for another employee, I'll slog my ass out. When I'm working for a client or customer, I'll slog my ass off. That is why I make big money. You know, sometimes you see, oh, Loy has 1 phone. Oh, Loy has the latest fold. Oh, Loy has these 2 iPads. Oh, Loy has this phone. Oh, Loy has that. Oh, Loy has this big screen. Oh, Loy has that big 54-inch. Loy has this new iMac studio. You know how I am able to buy all this stuff, my dear? Because I slog my ass off. I work very, very hard. I love to work. And that is why I earn more than your sorry ass. Now, does that mean there's no other YouTuber who earns more than me? Of course. Man, my views are piddly. My views are 300, 400, nothing. I get paid only sometimes $500 from YouTube. Only $500. I don't care. I do it because I love. I love my brand. I love my work. My actual money is clients who take my services for consulting. To get that, I have to work my ass off. And I love to work. And I'll continue working till the day I die. That is me. I don't know about you. So now here's the thing. You want a balanced life. A balanced life, you know, be with family, friends, and fine. I'm not saying don't do that. Do that. Enjoy your life. I always tell you, enjoy your life. Be with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your lover, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your dog. Go for a walk, sit on the beach, relax, enjoy life. Read a book. I'm not saying don't do that. But then, don't expect to succeed. If there are 2 people, one is living a balanced life, balanced. 8 hours immediately goes home, watches a movie, takes a massage, sits with his loved ones, hugs his children. And this guy is 8 hours. This guy works 16 hours. 16 hours, huh? Who will succeed, this or this? Who? You have to ask yourself simple, practical questions. If 2 people are running a race, one guy only walks or runs 8 hours, other does 16 hours, who will succeed? It's very simple, man. Even studies. You'll say smart work and this work. No, it's all hard work. Even if you're smart, it's smart hard work. Give me the name of one businessman, one CEO, one successful entrepreneur who works only 1 hour or 2 hours or says, work is finished, I have to go for a balanced life. I can tell you, my dear, every successful person on this planet is working his ass off. Whether it's The Rock, whether it's Britney Spears, whether it's Thai Lopez, whether it is, I don't know, your favorite actor or actress. You cannot build a world-class physique working few hours a day. You cannot achieve good marks in your exam. You cannot even educate yourself. You can't. There's no such thing as a balanced life. There's either you're obsessed about what you're doing to be the world's best or forget it. Coming back to the article, in 2020, Infosys co-founder Narayana Murthy also faced criticism for suggesting that Indians work a minimum of 64 hours a week for 2 to 3 years to compensate the economic slowdown caused by coronavirus lockdown. Narayana Murthy is very highly accomplished. Even this gentleman, Shantanu Deshpande, very highly accomplished. You who's feeling bad about work, oh, we should have balanced life. You're a nothing and nobody. You are a POS, piece of shit. That is why you want a balanced life. Have a balanced life. In fact, why don't you start a company and have all your employees work a balanced life? Tell them not to work hard. Pay them the full salary. And then don't complain when they don't become great. One Twitter user said Mr. Deshpande is justifying toxic work culture at a time when mass layoffs by Indian startup has become a norm. Yeah, this one Twitter user is a nothing and nobody, is a bum. Toxic work culture, then go for untoxic, go for a healthy work culture. No, Baba, go and find someone who will massage your feet, maybe give you a nice massage in some other areas. Another internet keyboard warrior pointed out, Mr. Deshpande had not said he would pay extra for people who work long hours. For what? Why? India has a population explosion, so many Indians. If one guy doesn't want to work, other guy will work. Life is not fair, Baba. Life is not fair. Go work. If you want a balanced life, no, go to some country. Find a country where they'll say, please work 4 hours. Please don't work more. Companies have a tendency to exploit people who do long working hours, in many cases leading to early burnout, ending in people jeopardizing their career the user route. What burnout, Baba? What burnout? What mental? All these new terms which are come are for, wimps, are for all these losers. From my days and the people that I know, there was no such thing as burnout. If there's burnout, you're tired, go sleep, go for a run, go do some exercise, come back to bloody work. Whether it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Narayana Murthy, whether it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they work their ass off. You're just a lazy, new generation of lazy bums. Following the widespread criticism who are a nothing and nobody, they are useless people, Mr. Deshpande added a caveat to his post. Yikes. So much hate for 18-hour workday, it's a proxy for giving your all and then some. He also said those wondering about the work culture in his company were welcome to talk to his employees. Mr. Deshpande's comments come at a time when the term quiet quitting has taken off on social media. Yeah, you're useless pieces of shit. What? Quiet quitting. The term means only only do what your job demands, nothing more. Yeah, just do that. And when you get terminated, don't cry your ass and what I do, I don't have money. Don't cry. In a video by the American TikToker who advised work is not your life. Yeah, those American people are getting free money from the government. Go to America. No, go stay there. They'll give you free money for not working. USA is such a great place, man. Fantastic. Go there. In fact, who'll take your sorry ass there? That's the first thing. Do you have money to go? Fly a ticket. But you want to work balanced life, no? Do you have the money? You don't have the money, no? Then shut your trap. The BBC Perishal Kudhel wrote that an overall movement may have its origins in China, where the now censored hashtag Tang Ping means lie flat was used to protest in long hour work culture. Say, look, I don't know all these internet nonsense that people have. And there's this term that is used. What is this? Netizens. I actually Googled what is this netizens. Netizens is the user of the internet, especially a habitual and avid one. Yeah, you guys are, keyboard warriors, pieces of shit who have nothing to do but, what to do. You are very brave online. For me, if I was a CEO of a company, I would want someone who works his ass off. Every mentor of mine worked his ass off. Every person who's successful, who I've known, they work. In fact, there are some people who are in their 60, 65 in my WhatsApp groups. One guy is net value. His value is around 750 million pounds. Okay? That guy is somewhere 60 plus. Even today when I chat with him, whether it's morning, afternoon, night, he's working his ass off. He is working. And he tells me he loves. My landlord who I told you about, his son died. He's 94. The guy, 4 o'clock in the morning, he gets up, he gets ready, and then he goes to work in the field. He works. He doesn't get paid anything. He's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't have to work a single penny. He purchased his land on this island was given when it was of no value, hardly maybe $1 for a whole land. Today it's worth millions. He doesn't bother. He'll still work. They say, work is worship and worship is God. My dear, all I want to tell you is this, okay? I'm not saying have a balanced life. I'm not saying don't take a holiday. I'm not saying don't work. You want to work from home? Work. You want to work 1 hour a week also, you work. You want to work a balanced life? Work. You don't want to work also, don't work. That is your criteria. That is your personal philosophy of life. However, let me tell you one thing. You will not achieve anything great, nothing great in your life if you want a balanced life. If you want a balanced life, then you'll have a balanced life. Everything will be balanced, nothing will be great. But if you want to achieve greatness, slog your ass off, whether it's working for somebody else or for yourself. Work your ass off. There's no other shortcut towards greatness. I can challenge you, whichever hero, idol or person you admire, be it Narendra Modi, be it Shah Rukh Khan, be it The Rock, whomsoever, they all love to work. I'll just conclude by telling you this. You decide how you want your life to be. We all have only a small portion of our life where we can work. And one day, we'll not have any demand. Nobody will bother. So it's up to you. You want to enjoy life? Please go ahead. But for people like me, the real men, the real women of my generation, we love to work. And that is why I only deal with people who are passionate about their work, who work. Not keyboard warriors, not these, netizens and all this kachara, that new generation that has come. I love to work. And Mr. What's his name? Shantanu Deshpande, sir, who's the CEO of Bombay Shaving. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We need more Indians like you who tell the truth. And that Infosys chairman, what is his name? Narayana Murthy. Thank you, sir. Sir, from my heart, sir, thank you. We need people like you. That is real education. And for the rest of you bums who feel hurt, bugger off. In Malayalam, they say, poda. Okay? You don't know what is poda? Go ask someone. Poda. And after that, you can add with a tendi, patti, nari, kundi, chendi, pandi, all that you add. Okay? You want to have the good life? Work hard. I'll just end by saying this. First 50 years of your life or the last 50? Which one do you want to enjoy? You decide. Based on that, work accordingly. That's all I want to tell you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. I'd love to hear what you have to say. It's me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.